Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Babel, and I bring you the Southeast Asia Regionals for the Spring Championship. One team will qualify out of Southeast Asia to fly to Seoul, Korea for the Spring Finals. That's going to happen in the first week of April. Very excited here. Finally going to crown one more Southeast Asian champion, and we're also going to bring you the next match. Now, this is also going to be Group B, if I getting this correct. So Group B. Relics representing Singapore from the second seed, up against Greedisgood representing Thailand from the top seed. Very exciting series, and here we go. The draft has just started. So barely beginning, actually almost completed. We're gonna have to speed up on catching these drafts, but GDG9 gonna be on the left, Relics on the right. You guys should be familiar with Relics. They have the same three core members, but today representing them, or rather joining the roster, is gonna be Musica as well as Dikurza. Dikurza is from Indonesia, and Musica is from Vietnam. So it's a truly Southeast Asian team now. That's the thing to note about them. They also banned the Liming. I like the Zagara ban. This is something that's very different. I would say that's different from NA, and it's just very specifically Southeast Asian. Reason for that is because there's a lot more of a Zagara focus compared to NA's, like, straight out Rhaegar or Liming centric focus. Here at Relic's still gonna ban out the Liming, and Tesla also should have been a huge focus for ban, but you see it getting picked up immediately by GTG9. You know that they run a really good Tesla on the team as well. Historically speaking, I think I would say that Tesla is one of the best in Southeast Asia, so this is going to be an exciting match. We got Tesla, Uther, double support for GDG9, with Greymane getting picked up there as well. Now, this has to be a warrior. Straight up. Muradin already banned out, so no Muradin here. And no Jaina as well. Going for Johanna seems to be a bit of a lackluster. Very old school. Would say that Johanna still relevant, but I would love to see Diablo instead. Like, Diablo would have been a little bit better. In terms of synergy here, Johanna may actually be able to provide some form of a good AoE combo, but you want to have Greymane going for a single target pickoff. Will not be surprised if they actually have to pick up Melee Assassin here, or one more damage dealer. They don't have a range damage dealer for GTG9. So without Jaina, in fact, they self-banned Jaina. Probably going to be killed first at this stage, but for Relics, having Rhaegar picked up so late. You guys must be wondering, what kind of draft is this? They actually first picked Sonya. It could be a sign of weakness, but they just don't want to give Sonya over to GDG9. That's could be because that they don't feel confident dealing with Sonya from GDG9, but very, very nice flip of the picks here. Relics comfortable with Rhaegar, Tyrande for sure, double support on their part, up against double support from GDG9. You know for sure that they have that Tyrande ETC combo, but they have to work against Uther. Tessa that does not have clans, but Uther does. Johanna could be because it's getting picked up just to counter against ETC. Will not be surprised if GDG9 finishes this one with Raynor. So Raynor could be a potential pickup here by Relics if they just don't want to work with the Relentless Leader from Raynor at level 13. So here for Relics, couple of options really. Range damage wise, would say that there's still the Lunara, there's still the Kilthus, still pretty good, like even Feldstad, as you can see here from GDG9. I would like to see Feldstad though, but gotta be very careful because ETC with the Mosh Pit, if it does connect, could be a bit devastating for Greedisgood. They will at least have the Clans and Johanna for Condemn, but there's only one target. Feldstad could also just throw out the Mighty Gus and force out the disengage. That's also going to work out. So Feldstad's a pretty okay pick. Either Feldstad or Raynor. Personally, will love Raynor a little bit better. But no qualms if it's going to be a Feldstad. Raynor will shred through the ETC and Sonya. That's how good he is. But here we have Feldstad. So Johanna's getting picked up just to counter against ETC. Feldstad as well. And Uther, Tasdar, just double support. Single Greymane burst damage dealer. Up against Relics. Relics does have two very nice frontliners. I like the ET Sonya combo. There's a lot of heavy lifting that Lunara has to provide to keep Relics going. And Rhaegar, Tyrande, double support. Very nice heals going in play there. Okay, so Relics, they are the official 2015 representative out of Southeast Asia. Here it's the brand new year. We don't know how they're going to do. They also just have this roster up, I think, for 2 to 3 weeks maximum. So they are definitely put in a really challenging spot. GDG9 has been practicing for the last 3 months, and they also bested teams like Play 10, Lose 11, and Hothead Gaming. widely recognized to be the best team in Thailand now. GDG9, man, they're gonna provide some pretty good show here. So once I get the lobby invite, I'm gonna go directly into this game. But so far, seems like we are actually gonna have to wait for that to start. In the meantime, though, the draft very solid and completed here. Pick and ban, very, very standard to see that. I think the decision here did go to GDG9, so they chose to go for the map pick instead, which is something that Southeast Asia heavily prioritizes, just the map pick itself. Okay, this is also going to be the first time I'm actually going to witness Relics pick up this Lunara in the SCA regionals. Lunara is not a hot favorite. Generally going to see Li Ming, Jaina, but those are all options that's being banned out. Kilthus also pretty good actually, but Sky Temple Kilthus. Kilthus is like he has been reworked a little bit too much. Like the cooldown on Phoenix is a little bit too high right now. Players don't get value out of Phoenix anymore. Pyroblast is just so good, but you know you don't want to pick Pyroblast into an Uther. Right, the Divine Shield's going to counter you. That's why Lunara has got a DOT. I would like to see Lunara going for a very interesting build here. There's a standard Lunara build that I think everyone agrees upon. And that's actually, I think, the Starwood Spear, Wild Vigor, Cruise Spores build. But there's also a second build that I think pretty okay for AoE damage, which the team don't have right now. Going straight up for Blossom Swell seems to be pretty okay as a first pickup. The Wiz doesn't really matter. Some people decide to go for Time Loss. Others will want to go for Skybound, Dividing. You know, it's really just a preference here. But Splintered Spear, level 7. So level 7 is where you can tell what kind of a build Lunar is going for. I would say that I would prefer to go for Cruise Spores instead. As a first pickup, that allows Lunara some extra push mechanic. Yeah, that's pretty good. Level 13 Unfair Advantage is a good pickup as well. And definitely going to go for the increased range and style with Spear, I think, at level 16. That's the tricky one. Okay, once we get the games going, we'll let you guys know. But so far, hope you guys enjoyed this coverage brought to you by PlayPuck Esports. And shout out to sponsors Razer for making this happen. So it's a 2-day event, guys. We're not going to crown our champion today. We're going to do it tomorrow. Today is just a group stage. They're all just playing it out. You guys can pick up favorites, which comp you like the best, which team you think actually has the best shot going to this tournament. Hint, it's actually going to be I'm not going to say, but all right. So this is the joke that was running for the last 3 weeks. I was casting on and off with Arctic Shadow, and Arctic Shadow was supposed to represent Malaysia. I was supposed to represent Singapore, and we'll just let the voices for Philippines and Thailand die out into the chat. But today, he's not able to join me because he's having this really bad sore eyes thing, and he can barely see. I think he's being referred to a specialist right now. Huge props to the guy. He was casting last weekend with a swollen eye, and he still kept it going. For myself, I've been having this cold for 3 weeks already, but I'm feeling pretty good today. So, yeah, ready to do this solo cast regardless. We're going in. We're going ham, boys. But this is Group B, and Relics, very close friends of mine. Greedisgood, I've also got good friends on that side. Vash Dog. In case you guys are wondering who these players are, on the side here for Relics, it's Zace, Mur, Musica, Decurza, Trinity. And on the side here for GDG9, it's a Bruzy, it's a Vashdog, Scarecrow, Rinza, 555, AI. Oh man, it's EI, but I call it II. Anyway, Error as well. It's very nice lineup here. Vashdog's a really good friend. Every single time I'm in Thailand, he brings me out for really good food. And it's just a really good friend. So he's also not been allowed to perform in 2015 because of multiple roster issues. But now, it's in this team GDG9 with a Bruzy. little bit worried for Relics, to be honest with you guys, because this roster is not like stable. It's not solid for the last like couple of months. It's just around for less than a month. And the Kurza is Indonesian. Musica is it's Vietnamese. They're really, really Southeast Asian squad. I'm excited for them because they're Southeast Asian. I'm also a little bit worried for them because communication issues here in SCA is pretty prevalent. Like, yes, English is a primary medium used to communicate, language as well, but you have like issues with chemistry because it's hard to really just, communicate. Just like in Europe. Just like in Europe. All right, so Relics, if you guys are wondering what's the difference between this roster as well as the one that happened, I think a couple of months back on the road to BlizzCon, straight out of Las Vegas, that roster has got Relizer as well as the captain of the old team, Revenant. Here it looks like it's a completely different squad. A very new roster is being picked up. Yeah. Still very promising team. We'll have to see how far they can go in this competition. Resurgence by far the hot favorite, and they're placed in Group A. Along with, I think it's Fengfei K Gaming that's also in Group A. Top seed out of Malaysia. Okay, they probably need to rehost this. But so far, this is the group and bracket standing right now. Resurgence 2-0 against Hothead Gaming. 3 points to them for that. And Fengfei K actually going to come up right now against Renovasio 2. So, looks to be a very interesting spot. Now, here, this is exactly where we are. This is Group B. We covered one series of Group B just now. This is still going to be Group B. GDG9 versus Relics. Group 2, round number 1. Very, very tricky spot here for them to be in. But Relics needs that 3 points, man, and I'm telling you, they have to go forward. Latest results in, it's a 2-0 both sides, with the top seed taking victory against the second seed once again. And let us know which country you support in the chat. Could be hashtag SG, hashtag MY, hashtag PH, hashtag TH. Just let us know which team you support. We'll have to see. All right, so there's a bit of a lobby change once again, but we're almost ready to get this going. Game number 1, match number 2 of Group B. Very, very exciting series here, man. Personally, I would tell you that out of Group B, there's a lot of close matches. Renovasio 1, Greedisgood, as well as Relics. All 3 teams are in a really good spot to contest the top seed out of Group B, or rather Group 2. And in Group A, they've got like Resurgence in top spot. Probably Resurgence is going to come out really strong, though, out of Group 1. All right, we're now going into game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Southeast Asian Regionals, and we are now casting from my mom's basement. I'm just joking. This is actually the venue itself. If you guys are keen, you can swing by to check out this place. It's a really cool place. It's at Oasis Park Lane. Shout out to them for having us today. And this is the area near Dhoby Ghaut. If you are in Singapore, we'll love to have your company here today. All right, so pickups there are very standard. Sky Temple, objective-wise, would definitely say that the boss is a huge plus here, and you could tell that Falstad will be able to provide some extra advantage there as well. I don't think ETC is going to be able to do a bit of a boss steal against Falstad. We'll have to see post-10, but regardless, this is going to be exciting. I think the drop is actually split pretty much down the middle. It would be pretty fair to say that as well. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, now going into game number 1. This is it. This is Relics versus Greedisgood. And on the blue team, representing Thailand, we got Greedisgood9999. Eric going to be playing as the Tassadar Vashdog onto the Feldstad. And Scarecrow will be your Johanna Abruzzi onto, what looks like a potential Greymane. Rinza, 555 Ewa Ewa. And that's actually going to be the Uther. And on the red team now, Relics from Singapore. The Kurza are going to be playing as the Lunara. We got Mur onto the ETC Trinity as the Taronda. Zay is going to be playing as Sonia, last but not least Musica onto the Rhaegar. Some pause going down here. Seems like some connection issues on the side of Thailand. But we're going to see how that works out. So if you talk about the talent options so far, it looks to be very, very standard. We got Warpaint out of Sonya. Not going to be the Shot of Fury, so not going to have some extra mana control. Oh, it looks like there's a ping issue. They're going to try to resolve that on the on-site, on the tournament venue in Thailand. I like the Night Tick spawn. I would love to see Eternal Retaliation once again. Tassadar going for Conjurers. Falstad going for the Season Marksman. And meanwhile on this side, though, it looks like it's going to be the reveal for Lunara. Natural perspective. And Lightning Shield build from Rhaegar once again. This is the Electric Charge. A bit of a rework there recently, but not a big of a deal. It's still viable. And for Taronda, you will see the Rangers mark. ETC definitely going for rolling like a stone. Very, very standard staple ETC build here. Okay, we're now going in. Looks like game just started, and Falstad already going to the sentry point there, picking up some extra vision advantage. Not going to get the Ancient Spit connecting, but it seems like Mur going in for the lockdown. Veshdog, a little bit of trouble barrels out of it, but the turnaround from GDG9 very effective against the frontliners here of the red team, and the Singaporean now having to pull back out. And the ties, man, is still going strong in this first game. So far, no kills from both sides, and very close shave, though. And in terms of the laning options here, looks like it's going to be the ETC Tarondas combo in the mid lane. And for bottom, it's Lunara up against Rhaegar, very, very standard as well. Top lane, it's going to be a solid Sonya. So the red team really wants to rotate here. They got an ETC Sonya, Taronda. They got some really good early game synergy. Just got to make sure that it works out well for them. That's kind of tricky, though, because they are in a really weird spot. All right, so talent options already covered just now, and the rotation's going on. You see the Temple spawning just under 10 seconds. Some rotation against Zaze on top, the Sonya. But not very concrete yet. Not going to be a kill there. Not yet, at least. Meanwhile, seems like the fight's going to happen in the mid-temple. Mur going to try and channel up some charges here. Scarecrow swinging by as well, but the Guardian not able to do anything in the instance. Nice lockdown against Tassadar, but he does have the dimensional shift. It's going to be fine. Murdo on the ETC taking a bit of a beating there, having to pull back out, and body blocks going in place. Mur's definitely left for dead here. That's a great kill coming from GDG9. The first blood does go to Tatai. Trinity with the Lunar Flare connecting only on the Abruzzi. Nothing more than that. Musica still does not have the best of heals so early on in this game, but Zay's already on top, going to work against the shrine there. The temple, sorry. These objectives, man, they get so many names. And in the meantime, seems like the main planning from Relics is just to try and soak up the respective lanes. Mid-temple down to about a quarter of a charge left. Musica buying some time still, but not going to get much of a value from that. Blue team controlling 2 temples up against Relics. GDG9 in a really good spot right now. Mur swinging by again from the back line. Seems like red team's going to be able to finish up the charges here. And on top, still see Vashdok solo the Guardian there by himself. Zay's doing a pretty good job in front. Musica swings by for some heal. Mur with the power slide going in, but there is not much of a damage going out. Greymane still goes down at the end. Vashdok having the barrel will be okay. Lunar Flare connects beautifully, but not going to be a kill still. And Zay still pulls back out in terms of level. It's still very, very fair and even. In terms of structural damage, though, would say that the meat healing well's already gone. Zay's now trying to finish up the charge on top. Will not be able to pick the healing well off, but will be able to do some damage against the towers in front. And that said, Vajdog bottom lane already soaking up some EXP here. Very fair game, actually. Split down the middle directly. Level 6, both sides. If you look at the talent options, looks like it's going to be a right-click to Toronto. He's hearing arrows getting picked up instead. That's also the focus attack on Sonya. Dubbing a guitar on ETC. We also see a Nimble Whisk coming out from Lunara. Las Banales, it's going to be Healing Totem. Okay. So some extra heals from Rhaegar right now. Not a full-fledged Lightning Shield build. That's the thing that's different. And on the blue team, it's not going to be the Leeching Plasma, just the Mental Acuity. Also going to see the Power Throw coming out. Not a secret weapon at level 7. Probably going to follow with that one. Protective Shield and a Greymane. I like this. Thick skin. We mentioned before that Gilnean Cocktail don't really require you to pick up all Gilnean Cocktails at level 1, 4, as well as, I think, 7 and 16. You just need to pick up the Incendiary Elixir at level 7, as well as the level 16 Concentrated Blast. Those are the important tiers there for Gilnean Cocktail. Here, going for a thick skin allows your Worgen brother, Greymane, to stay alive a little bit longer. Also going to be Wolfheart instead of Viciousness, which lowest cooldown by 1 second every time it is active. There's been a big debate. Some people actually really like Wolfheart. There's those that really like Viciousness. Viciousness increases the duration to 4 seconds, and also every time you use a basic ability, it refreshes the charge, which kind of actually allows you to change slightly better. Wolfheart lowers the cooldown a lot more. So yes, it's still the right click. Toronto with Battle Momentum getting picked up here. And aside for the red team, very standard talent options with loudspeakers getting picked up as well. And yep, look at this Wall Vigor. This would probably mean that it is going to be the Starwood Spear Unfair Advantage build. Nice stun. Follow up onto the Uther, but no damage deal in the vicinity though. Vajdog throwing out the Hammerang. ETC trying to wall out the front and make sure that the backline stays alive. Bruiser Cam, a bit of a push down on top, but not much of an effect just yet. Bottom air Dekurza now. Tasdar, meanwhile, mid lane does get picked off. My bad, did not see that fight there. But Zace, Mur, Musica, Trinity, all 4 members here. Abruzzi also taking a bit of a beating here. Relics surges ahead. They are currently quarter of a level lead. But if they pick up this objective here, it's really going to help them. Meanwhile, on top, Feldstad doing a great job with the mercenaries here. We'll be able to apply some, actually a lot of pressure on this fort. We'll be surprised if the healing wall still stands at the end of it. Zace, bottom temple, soloing it up. That's the benefit of having Sonya, which is why I think they actually first picked Sonya. She actually fulfills this map objective pretty well. Scarecrow getting stunned, chain stun from Trinity as well as ETC, but it's still not level 10 yet on both sides. Finally, the cavalry has arrived. 3 more charge before it's the final 4 or 5. Zace is not able to hold on to it. And here we go. It's going to be Thornwood Vine. Hold that thought, though, from the backline. Mur going in. No mosh pit, but it connects on 2. Already the stun going in against the Uther. That's a kill. Scarecrow now in front, a little bit out of spot. But we also can see the Vajdog flying in with a fantastic Mighty Gust in front. And it looks like the Ancestral goes down. Mur's still going to be alive. Vajdog gets punished. Heart will go down. The fight still spilling both ways. It is a 2-for-1 exchange in favor for Relics. Somehow they were able to win that fight. 4 versus 5. Lunara was at top lane the whole time. Like, she's not even part of the fight yet. Relics, man. Half a level lead right now. Great plays by the team. Don't have a replay, though. So, very unfortunately, not able to bring you back to that fight there. But Mule getting called down already. Look at this play here by Error. I like that a lot. That's going to help. You get a little bit of structural advantage regardless, but he's going to have to clear out this ASAP. I mean, as soon as this Siege Giants go down, it's not going to matter at the end. But, yeah. On Sky Temple, it's important to note that every single structure, it's like a slow little countdown to your core HP. So you want to keep those structures up and alive as much as possible, which is why Tassadar is also a great value pick here. Shadowstalk getting popped here by Relics. They're also going in for the fight. Mur now with the lockdown against Tassadar. Nice Luna Flare, greatly, very nicely timed, but you see the instant dimensional shift coming out. Great positioning on that skill as well. Feldstad on top still going to work against the fort. The fort's still standing though. Bottom area, it seems like they realized there's something, it looks like a mule. They're going to try and be able to pick this fight out. Thornwood Vine from Dekurza already coming out. Temple's now going to activate in just about 10 seconds. Both sides looking for the level 13 advantage, but still not going to find it. Scarecrow taking a bit of a damage already. The DOT, the damage over time from Dekurza, very nice and effective. Temple spawning right about now.
Felstad flies down to the bottom area. Got to be very careful about this. Take flight, though. Rotation from Relics. Seems like they want to try and make something happen. Don't think it's going to be the boss. Zays, nope, not connecting. Oh, nice play there. Great, Mighty Gus. They win themselves a small little medal. And meanwhile, from the back line here, Uther as well as Greyman going to be very careful. But bottom area, you see about 30+% of the charge already expended. Relics playing very aggressively now with those rotations coming in. Almost level 13, going to be hit by GDG9, the Thai team. And very careful positioning from both sides. Zays once again going to be able to solo this Guardian. They're really trying to pick up the Tessadar. They want to make that support go down first. Zays taking a lot of damage already, now dropping solo. But where is the healer? Rhaegar nowhere to be found. Lunara getting bursted out by Greymane, but still going to stand at the end. Zays gets healed back to full HP. But Musica, because he was not there, there's nothing he could have done. The fort on top did go down, so that's a great push coming out from GDG9. Murnau still going in, is still able to hold on to control here of the bottom shrine. Bottom temple. And you see Feldstad with the take flight up here. Very nice play. So, still dead even. Level 13 just hit by both sides. You have Prescience getting picked up. Giant Killer on Feldstad. As well as, I like this one a lot. This increased launch distance on Razor Swipe. The key thing about Greymane that a lot of people don't know is that Razor Swipes here on this Unfettered Assault. What the Unfettered Assault does is increases your range. But hold that thought though. Easy boss pickup. Mur goes in. Does not have any kill potential. The Scarecrow is going to be fine. He does have the end skin. It's going to pop there with nice shields coming out. Musica goes in for a little bit of a bite. But there goes the Divine Shield. And could have been a kill there. But the boss got to push the bottom area. Top temple now. Vashdog taking a lot of damage. Got to be very careful here. Possibly wants to fly out. He has some extra shields there. But the boss got to push the bottom area. Relics now going in. They want to try and punish GDG9. Greed is good, but you got to be very careful about when you make the right decisions. No matter how it is, you can be greedy, but you want to be greedy at the right moments. So Relics going for the mid fort. Most of those temples did go to the blue team, but Relics with a very nice and decisive bottom lane push, resulting in a mid-fort takedown. Very nice plays there. But if you look at the structure still, GDG9's ahead, so I'm still going to give them the lead, regardless of the EXP lead, negligible EXP lead that both sides has. It's a very close game. Spell Chill going to be up on Johanna as well. And I was saying the Unfettered Assault, actually what it does is it increases the distance a little bit. And when you do that, Unfettered Assault, which buffs your Razor Swipes distance by a good 60%, and then you disengage, you actually travel a lot further than you think. And that actually allows Greymane to stay alive. So that's something that a lot of players, maybe casual players, don't know about that yet. Top lane though, we see ETC taking a lot of damage already. Musica's going to be here, some shields going down as well as the heals. The bottom area seems like the trade on Fort's still going to go through. 16 just got hit here by GDG9. It's going to be a full-on ability damage. Feldstad here, finishing it up with Hammer Time. Some stuns going out. Also going to see Dimensional Warp. That's going to be an increase, a bit of extra movement speed and heal there. Imposing Presence going to be out here for Johanna. Benediction as well as, oh my god, Alpha Killer, man. It's just not going to be the Gilnean Cocktail build. So full-on Worgen Alpha Killer. This is going to burst down one target a lot easier. Tricky though, because you don't have that kind of poke damage, and I think it's still going to be okay to go in, but you have to really rely on your buff support to do that. But the core now dropping already. It seems like Relics is knocking on the core, and we have a bit of a Hearthstone coming back here. Is it going to be in time? That's the question. Murray with the mosh pit in the front gate. That would be a really bad spot for the blue team to be in. Two-man getting locked in already. 30% on the core, still going strong. Zay's getting stunned back out, but it seems like that game is going to go down. What a game it is. Relics winning just like that. Decisive moment. I was caught off guard as well. They went directly for the keep and then the core. Decisive decisions coming in. They got that ETC, and that's the advantage ETC provides. You got to remember that every single time you face up against the ETC. Very nice crowd control mechanic. The core being exposed is a huge threat. We were not able to see the Alpha Killer come into play. It's a little bit of a cheesy decision if you ask me, but Relics, they saw an opening, they went for it. Hey, who's to blame them, right? Greater Spell Shield, Invigorating Spores. I don't know why, but they had Mighty Gust, they had all of that up for use. It just felt like they were not able to go back to defend in time. Okay, no replay, but we're going to be going for a bit of a break, and we'll be back with game number 2 real soon. Woo, look at my hair. It's going all over the place. But we'll be back shortly, so this is Babel. See you guys soon. Murr, not in a good spot to go in. But now, oh, there we go. The mosh pit connects beautifully, only on the stitches. But that's a great lockdown, and that would secure the key for the team. 17 against 13, 4 level lead. Zay still going ham against Uther. Slamming, dropping, Vashdog, Arid. There's nothing those two could do in the back line. Abruzzi now looking for the stun. A Luna Flare does not connect, but the damage has been done. Uther takes the fall. And Vashdog now. Immortal is gone, but look.